Here we are going to see the use of closure in JavaScript. Closure is a programming construct available in functional programming languages. JavaScript is one of the functional programming language, right? So here I am creating a function outer. Inside this particular function I am creating another function. Okay, so we are creating a function inside a function. I am naming the function as inner. Okay, and this particular outer function is returning inner. Okay. So here we have an outer function. Outer function has a inner function, and the outer function returning the inner function. Okay, it is not executing, it is retaining this particular function object. Okay, so that is the basic thing behind closure. Okay, now I am calling this particular outer function var res equal to outer. I am calling the outer. So what will be the res? Res will be this particular inner function, right? Okay. Now save it and call this. So here no user messages. Save this. Okay, I haven't printed anything, right? Okay, console.log log res. Now save it, open the Chrome. Okay, so we got inner, right? So actually outer function is returning inner function. Okay, if you look at this particular, and I have provided a watch for res here. Okay, now if we haven't provided, we can add something like res. Okay, so we can see res is a inner function. The value of res is a inner function. Here I am going to provide some argument for outer function, maybe like a comma b. Okay, so we have to pass some value for a and b while calling outer, right? Okay, so I am passing 10 comma 20. Okay, I am going to make some change here. Okay, return inner function is returning a plus b. Okay, now when I call outer, it is retaining this particular inner function, but later point of time when I want to execute, I have to use like this, right? Because res is a this particular function, right? Because when you call outer, it is retaining this particular function, and this particular function need a and b, but a and b is not a property of inner, but it is a property of outer, right? I mean parameter of outer, right? But while retaining this particular function, it attaches the value of a and b in inner function. Okay, so we can see that. Okay, in order to see that, save it. Okay, open the Chrome. So here let's see, we got the output, right? 30, we got the output. Here if you expand res, if you expand the scopes, here we can see closure, right? Here res is an inner function. Inner function has a scope property, and here we can see inside that there is a closure. Here we can see value of A and B. Okay, so because in order to execute the inner function later point of time, it need the value of the outer function. That value get attached to the inner function in a closure object. Okay, I hope you got some idea. Okay, so that's the concept behind closure. So a function returns another function, and while retaining this particular function, it attaches the state of the outer function. I mean, the outer function has some attribute here. Consider that there is some more attribute here, var v equal to get new date dot get time, get milliseconds. Okay, so actually now we have, I'm using this also here. I mean, I want that also here. Okay, and I am calling 2 times this particular function, outer function I'm calling 2 times. res1, res2, and first time I'm calling with value 10 and 10, second time I'm calling 20 20. Okay, so when I call res1, what will be the output? So when I call res1, invoke res1 later point of time like this. Okay, consider there is some code here, okay, in between, and after some time calling res with parenthesis, this particular inner function get executed. That time A and B will be 10 and 10. Okay, and what will be the value of V? V will be at this, while retaining the inner function, what was the value of what was the current milliseconds, that will be the value of V. Okay, in the case of res2, out A and B will be 20 20, and value of will be, what was that point of time, what was the milliseconds, that will be the value of V. Okay, we can see that in the closure object. Okay, we can expand that. I'm going to print both the values. Okay, res2, save it. Okay, in the console we can see one place we got 350, another place we got 370. Okay, and we will see what is the value of closure. So here if we watch, so we can see what is the closure content. Okay, by watching these two objects, right? So expand here res1. Okay, it's returning res1 is an inner function. So here inside the scope we can see value of B is 10, A is 10, and value of V is 330. And what is the value of res2? Again, minimize all these things. Watch res2. Here, go to the scopes. Here we can see closure array 20 20 330. Okay, actually we called immediately. That's why we got the same milliseconds. Okay. The basic concept is that in order to execute this particular inner function need the state of the outer function. Okay, so outer function attaches the state of the outer function to the inner function while retaining that in the closure object. Okay, I hope you got some idea about closure. So why we need closure, right? Using closure we can minimize the use of global variable creation, and we can isolate our variables from other functions. I hope you got some idea. Thanks for watching this.